All right, New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy is trying for a third time to raise taxes on the wealthy in his state, despite a growing trend of Americans fleeing blue states to avoid nonstop tax hikes just like that.
And a millionaire's tax will allow us to ease the property tax burden literally on millions of middle-class families and seniors. The millionaires and corporate CEOs made out just fine in the last recession.
Here with reaction is New Jersey resident and Trump 2020 Advisory Board member Jason Meister. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So what do you think? I mean, people don't want to be taxed anymore. People are getting out.
Yeah, look, this is what New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, California are doing. These blue states, they're taxing high earners. They're chasing job creators out. Last year, New Jersey had the highest amount of outbound migration. At 70% of their migration was outbound to red states like Florida and Texas. So they're losing their high earners. They're losing their tax revenue.
But people like you, I mean, there are people who stay.
Yeah, look, I work in New York City. I can't be in Florida for more than 50% of the year.
Yeah.
But look, it's not just New Jersey. You see over the last 9 years, okay, we lost 1 million residents from New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut.
Well, let's look at the numbers right now.
That's nearly 300 people a day.
Yeah, I mean, here's 2018 to 2019. You've seen California here. Well, we're going to give you the tax rates right now. These are the marginal income tax rates and the number of people they're down, how many people they're losing. But look at those states. I mean, look at what you got to pay in California if you're making, a lot of money. 13.3% state on top of your federal. In New York, you're at 8%. And then if you live in New York City, by the way, there's another 3.5 on that. Illinois has got the flatter rate. That's actually fairly easy, but they've got other problems.
It's unbelievable.
It's not surprising when you see Florida has no state income tax.
Right.
Why people are going to want.
And not only that, but it's the cost of living, but it's also the crumbling infrastructure. You're paying all this money, but your airports, your bridges, your roads, your hospitals are all falling apart. So it's a devastating situation. And I think these red states, where all these outbound migrants from the blue states are coming from, they should set up welcome centers and explain to these people why they're leaving these blue states. Don't vote these terrible conditions into our state and understand why you're leaving those blue states.
Well, let's take a look at some of your other numbers here, and this includes Florida, Texas, and also Arizona, and you can see distinct difference there. I mean, you see that 0% state income tax, as you were just referencing.
Nice.
I mean, it really is crazy when you think about it. And then look at this other number. Americans moving to Florida by day. This is fascinating. 900 plus, meaning they are new Florida residents per day. What do those numbers say to you?
That says no income tax, right? There's no income tax.
Yeah.
Also, if you look at the local government in New York, they're spending twice as much as the local government in Florida. Right. And part of that is sanctuary city, whereas New York City is a sanctuary city, so we're paying for illegal aliens, but also the union labor in New York versus Florida.
Yeah.
You have the 70% of the local New York public workforce is unionized versus Florida, where it's 23%.
It takes 5 years to get anything done here, and it costs a fortune.
A lot, yeah.
And then you also have the cost of living in these cities as well.
Right.
It's not just
also,
all that. Yeah.
You have to look at homelessness, crime rates, all on the rise. So we have an experiment to look at versus red versus blue states, and the red states are the states that
a lot
you
of
want to live in.
factors
Jason,
certainly
thanks so
going to it.
much.
Jason, thanks for joining us. Now go back to New Jersey. Just kidding.